Hey guys, so I am here in Nashville, Tennessee, and I couldn't get my video to upload, so I'm going to try using my phone, see if it works here. But we are on the Summer Book Club. This is the Handbook for Catholic Moms. We are on chapter 16, and it is all about doctor's orders. And so many of you know I just had my 4th C-section, and so I have to wait. My doctor said I have to wait 2 years to get pregnant again. She said that after that my body could handle it, but there was scar tissue and all of that. Like I have to wait 2 years. So since I'm Catholic and we don't believe that using artificial birth control, so like the pill or condoms or the pull-out method, nothing like that. Since the Catholic Church is not okay with that, pretty much because we need to be fully open to God's will. So we're trusting in God's will when we use NFP, which is another way to kind of help to, not have children for a while. So, and that could be a whole nother video. Like even that, like, you really shouldn't use NFP unless there's like a really good reason, and the church gives you reason. I could do a whole nother video on that if you guys are interested. But for me, medically, so NFP means natural family planning. So there's different ways that you can kind of tell if your body is ovulating and if you're fertile and all of those things. So naturally, doing that, figuring that out and stuff. So just a little bit of a backstory for me. I just had my 4th C-section and I have been using the Creighton method, and I got pregnant 2 times using the Creighton method, which was great because I have Zachary, who's sleeping right down here, and Bella. So I love that I was fully open to God's will because I have these 2 beautiful children and stuff. But my doctor was a little bit more serious this time and said, your body can handle having another one, but you do have a lot more scar tissue this time and your uterus is thinner. So you do need to wait 2 years. So this has been I've had to kind of try to crack the code. Like, okay, medically, I need to crack the code. What's going to work? Because for me, the Creighton method did not work. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't work at all because I've heard so many people say it works for them and they're great, but for me, I was not good at it, and that's on me because you pretty much what Creighton method is, it has a lot to do with mucus, checking your mucus every time you go to the bathroom and stuff like that, and I just wasn't good at that. I'm just gonna be honest. So I was kind of like didn't know what to do. So my last NFP video, which I'll link that up above, I asked okay, let me know what works, because for me the Creighton method didn't work, and now it's more serious where I do need, medically, I can't have any more children for 2 years. So I had to crack the code. So this is kind of a journey and stuff. So please bear with me, if I'm not good at talking about NFP. I honestly didn't think I'd ever have to use NFP. Because I thought that I would have a dozen children, to be honest. I really wanted a lot of children and stuff. So just for medical reasons, that's not possible. So anyway, so I had to figure out, okay, what works and what doesn't. And so a lot of people, overwhelmingly, people said the Marquette method worked for them. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to figure out the Marquette method. And so I got an instructor, and she was awesome. She was really good, and the Marquette method totally clicked with me. Something just clicked with me, and I totally feel like I understand my body and how it works better. Now the Marquette method is, you need an instructor. I will see if I can find links and stuff, put them below, because my instructor was awesome. She just, it clicked with me, like I said. So pretty much you need an ovulation kit. I think that's what it's called, like an ovulation kit. They're pretty expensive. So this is the downside of it, is it's about $100. But it works. I tell you, it really does work. And then you need the ovulation sticks to go with it, which, so anyway, so that actually worked, clicked with me, because for me it was hard checking every time, whereas this, it's very black and white. Like, you're either ovulating or you're not. And so that was really what clicked with me, because it was kind of, for me, a guessing game before with the Creighton method. So I'm just being honest. This is just me, and I know the Creighton method is very scientifically accurate as well, but I just had a hard time with it. So the Marquette method was awesome, and legally I'm not allowed to talk about the Marquette method, because I think you have to be an instructor to do that, which makes sense. I'm not an instructor or anything like that, but I'm just going off of what worked for me, because I really truly needed to crack the code, me and my husband, because my uterus could not handle another baby right away. So anyway, I am now in regular ovulations, and it's wonderful, and it's good for postpartum too. I was trying to figure it out on my own. I started ovulating very quickly with Bella, and much quicker than my other children. So thankfully I had an ovulation kit that I was using regularly, and it caught when I was first started ovulating again and stuff. So anyway, I know NFP, there's like, you can overuse NFP as well. Like, it really, like, there has to be a good reason to use NFP, and I could do a whole video on that if you guys want me to. But this is like a non-judgmental video, non-judgmental channel, just to let you know. I just want to let you know what worked for me and what clicked with me, because this totally clicked with me. It's very black and white, whereas before with the Creighton method, it was kind of a guessing game. And so I really, really like the Marquette method. And so if you're like me, if you have, medically you need to figure out, you're not supposed to get pregnant or something, or, financially you can't, or, maybe you're dealing with anxiety. So there are reasons that the church says, okay, you can use NFP for these reasons. And, that's between you, your spouse, and God, pretty much, and stuff. So, and it has to be a pretty grave reason, they said. Anyway, so I could do a whole nother video on that if you want me to. It's hard because there is a lot of abstaining, which, my husband and I, we just realized that those are the times where we're just best friends, and we don't really even kiss or anything. We just work on our friendship, and stuff, and it's good, and that works for us, and and so it takes a lot of grace, a lot of, because we do love each other and stuff, but it's okay. Like, it's okay to say no to our body and stuff. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, to abstain and stuff, even in marriage. It's something that is, the church talks about how good it is to say no to ourselves sometimes, and stuff. So anyway, so that is what's worked for me. Since this is a medical thing, and the NFP is something medical, I've had to figure it out because I've had 4 C-sections. I thought I would just share this with you guys. I know a lot of people said they really wanted me to talk more about NFP, and since I really truly thought I would never need NFP because I thought I wanted a dozen kids, this is a journey for me. I'm really trying to figure it out, crack the code, because just medically, like, I want to be true to what the Catholic Church teaches, and they said NFP is okay to use. That's a natural way that you're being open to God's will. Whereas if you use birth control, you're saying, no, this is what I want. When really, truly, it should always be about what God wants. There is a holy way to use NFP, but can it be overused? That's something that, couples have to figure out themselves. Like, is this something that that we want, or is this something God wants, or is this something all 3 of us want together? And I think that is really important with NFP, to always ask God, what is it that you want of our fertility? Because our fertility is ultimately about God. What His will is, like, that we get to even participate in creating another human being is like, even the angels up in heaven can't do that. This is amazing and beautiful and so awesome. So anyway, I just wanted to share this with you. Sorry, this is kind of informal. Actually, it's kind of funny. I'm in a little, we rented a house, which we've never done that, and our Airbnb, and those are awesome because we usually we get just a little like hotel room with all of us. Like, we have 6 in our family, so we're all in this little hotel room, and this house was the same price as a hotel room, and so it's awesome. There's a little kitchenette and everything. So anyway, I hope I explained that all well. Thank you for joining me, and if you do have any more questions about NFP, I'm gonna try to get like an instructor, an NFP instructor. I recommend reading, if this is the first time you're hearing, you know, that birth control is not okay in the Catholic Church, artificial birth control, I highly recommend reading Humana Vitae, which is an encyclical that the Pope wrote, and then also Theology of the Body is a really good one, and Christopher West particularly. Theology of the Body is something Pope John Paul II wrote, and it's awesome and beautiful, but very hard to read. Like, if you're an everyday person like me, it's very dense, and I've tried to read it, and just even reading it line by line, I'm like, what? Whereas Christopher West does awesome explaining Theology of the Body. It's still really good. Like, it's so good. So I recommend reading those 2 or 3 if you are interested, if this is the first time you're hearing that the Catholic Church is not okay with birth control. And no judgment, but that is something like we should go to confession for. If that is something, you know, you and your spouse do, like, that's really truly not okay in the Catholic Church. And we just always want to fully be open to God's will. And that's why NFP, we are still open to His will. We're not putting up a barrier and stuff. So anyway, so I hope this video helped you guys. And if you guys have any questions, or like I said, I want to get an instructor to maybe talk about it more. This is just really, like, really informal and stuff, but I know that this weighs a lot. This is a Catholic Mommy channel, and I know fertility is something that all of us are really curious and interested about. So I just wanted to share with you what I've kind of learned, and I will probably keep bringing you on this journey, because it is a journey. I'm still trying to figure it out, but I feel like with the Marquette, I feel like it's just kind of clicked with me and stuff. So anyway, if you guys have any questions, let me know, and until next time, I will see you all later. God bless. Bye.